Hello Year 3, happy Tuesday. Hope you're enjoying your day. Yesterday we looked at 2D and 3D shapes. Today we're looking in a bit more detail about just 3D shapes. Okay, this lesson only has 5 slides, so it might be a little bit shorter than other ones. So the first shape we're going to be looking at in more detail is a triangular prism. We looked at it yesterday, and it's this shape here. And we looked a little bit at the features of it, but we're going into more detail today. So it has a triangular cross section. If you cut it anywhere across it, then you would see a triangle. Okay, don't worry if you don't understand what cross section means. It's quite a difficult thing to understand, but this is something you should definitely understand. It has 5 faces. As you can see, they've made this triangular prism see-through, so you can see all the faces, and it did do it very quickly, but it coloured in all the faces. We've got one on this side and one on that side, and we have 1, 2, 3 in the middle. I'm hoping you can see them all. 2 are triangles, 1 on each edge. You saw them light up, and 3 are rectangles. Let's have a look at them light up. 1, 2, 3. And obviously we know 3 and 2 is 5, so it has 5 faces. Now, we're looking at the edges. If you want, you can pause the video and count the edges and see if you get the same answer. You get the correct answer. How many edges does this shape have? It has 9. 9 edges. And in a second, when I press next, you're going to see them light up. So let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can see them all lit up there. And remember, where one edge meets another is called a vertice. Okay? So where, or I'll look at these two, where that one runs up, and then this one runs up. The very tip here is called a vertice. In fact, 3 edges meet at this tip because the top one meets there as well. So it's 2 or more. 2 or more edges meet. So that's our triangular prism. Here are some 3D shapes. How many edges, faces, and vertices does each shape have? Now, we looked at this yesterday, okay, but we're going to go through it again. See if you want, you can pause it, go on to your own lesson and try it yourself. Or you can just pause the video and have a look and do it on the screen. Let's go through it together. This one, we'll start at the beginning this time. Usually I jump from the ones which are the easiest. Let's start at the cube. We're going to start at the cube. I can count 1, 2. Remember, I can see 1, 2, 3 faces, but there's others that I can't see. If it was see-through shape, you'd be able to see more, but it's opaque. That means you can't see the other side of it. So we have to use our imagination. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then I know there'll be 1, 2, 3 behind. So 6 faces. And then I can count 1, 2, 3, 4 edges, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges. And then I count the vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertices. 6 faces, they're all squares, 12 edges and 8 vertices. Okay, so look at this one. This is a sphere. Think about it. There's one curved surface. Curved surface is the face. There's one face. Does it have any edges? Does it have any vertices? Nope. So we've got a cylinder. Oh, here I can see the skeleton view. That helps, doesn't it? So we can count 1, 2, 3 faces. 3 faces. 2 flat faces. 1 curved face. Face is a circle. You can see circle at the top and the bottom. 2 curved edges. You can see 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. And no vertices. There are no places where the edges meet. Cuboids. Let's show them as a skeleton. Skeleton is like when you can see through them. 6 faces. Just like the cube. 12 edges and 8 vertices. Very similar to cube, but remember they're not all the same length. Triangular base prism. Now yesterday we looked at a square base prism, but this triangular base prism has a triangle base. Okay, so it's going to have some less faces. It's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. Sometimes you call it a tetrahedron. Don't worry if you don't remember that word. It's such a tricky word. A tetrahedron. 4 faces. They're all triangular. 6 edges. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 on the bottom. 4, 5, 6. And 4 vertices. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 at the very top. Triangular prism. I'm not going to go through this one, or I'm going to skip through it very quickly because we've been through it. Cone. Cone is a strange one. Okay, there's one curved surface all the way around and one face. One curved surface and one face. You could say 2 faces. One curved surface and one face. One flat face and a curved surface. Face is a circle, goes all the way around, and one curved edge, which goes all the way around the bottom, and one vertex right at the top, where all the edges meet. Well, they're not really edges, but it's where they change direction. Final one, a square base prism. Very similar to the triangular base prism, but instead of the bottom being a triangle, it's a square. 5 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4 around the top and 1 at the bottom. 4 a triangle, the ones around the sides, and the bottom one is a square. 8 edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 around the square at the bottom. And 5 vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the one at the top. Good. So those are all our 3D shapes. So you can have a go at this quiz on your own. How well do you know the properties of 3D shapes? Okay, so you can go and you can go through the questions. What name is this shape? Hope you all know it's a sphere, a sphere, but we call it a sphere. Okay. And then you can go through all 10 questions. I'm not going to go through them all. Okay. But this one, what is it called? Have a little go at doing them all yourself. Here is a cuboid. Has 6 faces. Some of the faces are parallel. Okay, if I was in class, I'd say my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, like we do. We repeat things. So if I say parallel, you're going to say parallel, parallel. Okay, hoping you're repeating then. Bit hard to do it over the screen, but hoping that you got the idea. So they go in the same direction. So parallel faces, the faces that are facing in the same direction. Okay, so these two are parallel because they're facing each other. These two. And I'm hoping you guess it, the front and the back. They're all parallel. Some of the faces are perpendicular. These are 90 degrees to each other. Perpendicular lines or perpendicular faces are 90 degrees to each other. Remember, 90 degrees is the same as a right angle. Okay, so they go up as a right angle and it goes across 90 degrees. If you measured that angle there, it'll be 90 degrees. We're going to look at angles more in Thursday's lesson. Okay, so there are 12 pairs of perpendicular faces. Can you find them all? If you want to pause the video and see if you can find them all, that would be amazing. Okay, these are all the perpendicular faces. There's a lot of them. So here you can play a What Am I game. Okay, I'm going to play it once, but you can play it as many times as you can. Clues. I don't have any curved surfaces, so I know it's not a sphere, and it's not a cylinder, and it's not a cone. I have 12 edges. That's a lot of edges. I know that the pyramid, the prism, and the triangular pyramid or tetrahedron don't have 12 edges, so I'm stuck with a cube or a cuboid. I think I can get it after this last clue. I do not have one or more triangular faces. Okay, well that could still be either of these two because neither of them have a triangular face. I have parallel faces. Well, both of these two have parallel faces because we know that the top and the bottom are facing in each other. I have 2 or more square faces. Okay, well this one has 2 square faces and this one has lots of square faces. Still not helping us right now, the clues. 6 flat faces. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still both have 6 flat faces. 1 or more oblong faces. This gives me my answer because there are no oblongs in a square. Remember, in a cube, sorry, they're all squares. Remember, an oblong is when 2 of the sides are longer than the other 2. So it must be a rectangle, or not a rectangle. Rectangle is a 2D shape. Silly Miss Manetto. A cuboid. Ta-da! So you can play that as many times as you want. Hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Okay, if you want to make any 3D shapes, there are what we call nets online. You could print them off and have a go at making them. Don't need to, it's not a requirement, or you could try and draw some 3D shapes if you want to. Keep practicing them, keep focused. Make sure you log into your portal and do your work, and have a wonderful rest of your day.